has actually changed the world. Forget careers. And I think it's got a lot of drudgery out of the system, and it's created a very new genre of thinking about careers. New skills, new norms of leadership, and therefore it's actually in many ways juggled the entire concept of careers. And while I won't get too much into the past or what has happened, because we all know what has happened with careers, I think the next 5 years is going to be even more disruptive. I personally believe that technology in all its use and across sectors is going to make jobs get parceled out to experts at one level. So specialization in careers is going to become more important. Aggregators are going to become a very unique skill set. They are not going to be just aggregating tasks as a manager, but actually aggregating specializations, the intersects. And therefore, the huge thrust forward of careers will be one of free agents. There will be less lifelong employment, less about spending time about careers in one company at even one point in time. I think it will be about building expertise which is current and relevant for tomorrow. And it will be about just making sure that you're able to put it all together. So this is really what I personally believe will be the trapeze that the next stage careerists will have to kind of start playing at, beyond, of course, the classical regulatory jobs in the government, which will largely be predictable. But I think otherwise, I see this as an area of huge upsurge at one level, and also at some level a subversion of the classical thinking on careers. So conceptually, a liquid workforce would cause for greater agility, conceptually. But there will be caveats. The caveats will be that if such large companies were to also commit to their clients or to their own strategic plans a certain sense of stability, there will be a core. But what will become very important is the ability to thread it all in, and that expertise, that network, that capability of being able to identify, access and bring together will be one of the very sharp edge requirements of organizations as I see the future. Biggest problem for accepting, absorbing, assimilating the gig economy is the mindset. Personally, if you ask me, if we can overcome the mindset and the inherent naysayers that any new change in behavioral economics will mandate, I think we will finally get to a better situation. But at this point in time, this is going to be the biggest challenge for most large organizations. The government will continue to be plagued with the challenge of an unorganized workforce. We've seen it in a pre-gig economy reality where most of the Indian workforce was unorganized. And the government did respond with a lot of social legislation that gave them a lot more of protection, cover and rights. A lot of programs that the government of India consciously has historically done to make sure that livelihood and some kind of a sustained employment opportunities are available, whether in towns but more importantly in villages. It will be a little different in the gig reality. It cannot be getting into almost a minimum wage rate kind of a thinking, because that's not what's going to sustain, nurture or incentivize the members of the gig economy. Directionally, yes. I think what we are seeing today is actually demolishing many historical myths. It's almost like our earlier cricket teams. Anyone who made it to the national team was from a Delhi, Mumbai or a big city. And today we have people from much smaller towns getting, it's not going to be any different, because at some level it has democratized the talent market. If you have the skill, the world is your oyster. To all the HR managers, let's just throw our conventional thinking out of the window. Don't look necessarily to hiring people who will be lifers in your company. Change our mindset. Hire for what is needed today, and because the skill cycle is going to be much shorter. So make sure you're scouting for a very unconventional mix of full-time regular employees, but leverage the expertise, the opportunities of fresh thinking that is available in the talent that makes the gig economy. Good luck.